Hey, I'm JB Spilker, professional bass fishing guide. I'm talking about the best bass fishing baits, and one of the best is jigs. Jigs, unfortunately, has become a garbage term in bass fishing. You ask anybody that won a term, I caught him on a jig, and people will call a soft plastic craw a jig. They'll call a Ned rig a jig. They'll call a shaky head a jig. And there's so many different words for jig, but basically, in my mind, a jig is anything with a skirt on it like this, or a lead head, right? So there's a lead head, there's a skirt, you got your swim jigs, and then you got your, swim jig is one that you kind of swim more. You got a football jig, here's another swim jig. There's a lot of different types of jigs, and if you really want to know when to use what jig, you should get in on my Secrets of Foundations bass fishing course. It's helped so many people know when to use what type of bait. Jigs work and they catch bass, but you got to know when to use them, and that course will help you figure that out. But for now, here's just a classic jig with a skirt and a little craw trailer on the back. This thing catches a lot of bass. It's best used in heavy cover. It's got a little weed guard on it to protect it from the wood or the grass so you don't hang up. And bass love these because the skirt flares up and kind of makes things like look alive and move. And a lot of times crayfish will molt, and so it's a good crayfish imitator. A swim jig, when the skirt's swimming through the water, it kind of shimmies and it looks like scales shimming through the water. So a jig is one of the best bass baits you've got to have in your arsenal to be able to catch bass. And color is important with jigs. It's crucial. So if you want to know what color to use for jigs, go down, get my free lure color chart. It'll help you know whether you should be using black or blue, green pumpkin, watermelon, white, chartreuse, orange, purple. There's so many different colors and so many different combinations. I also have an article on which jig color you should use. I'll link to that as well. That's free content, but that'll help you as well with your jig fishing. But if you really want to elevate your jig fishing and know how to work them properly and stuff, get in on my wait list, join my course, and get yourself some jigs to begin bass fishing. That'll help you slay a lot of bass.